In fact, there was once a story I heard when I was an apprentice. When there was this guy who was an apprentice before me at some other shop a long time ago, and they said that he had a picture of a rose on the wall. And every day he came in, he had to draw up that picture. That was his job. That was his drawing duty. And then after a while, he got really bored of it, and he started getting creative with it. But by the time he was done with his apprenticeship, he drew the same fucking rose every fucking day. So by the time he was done with his apprenticeship, he was fucking a beast at drawing roses. What's weird is he quit tattooing. I don't understand why. Maybe because he hated his life. And I'm actually not fucking great at drawing roses. Like I told you, I fucking usually use Photoshop, but teaching you teaches me, if you can believe that. And that's mostly the reason that I show you any of this stuff. So you can kind of see right there, typically you don't really start like that. But you can. Like almost like right here, it kind of looks like a lotus. And then there. And then it's got one like right there. And then inside, the inside always gives me trouble. Making it look really natural, making it look really nice. So, well. And I always just kind of do it like that. So I would actually probably shrink this down, probably right around here. Probably right around there. So I'm going to try again. And typically what I do for these roses, I'll draw this circle. This one's kind of like a tall circle, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And when you did yours, you noticed it.
Yeah, it's kind of oblong and goes up to the right a little.
And yeah. So, and I'll kind of go like that. And that. And that. And then, so right here, if we were to copy this rose exactly, this is not how you do it. You probably want to bring it around more like that. See, that looks a little bit better right there. I do tend to kind of like overshoot on those. And I kind of... So really what we're looking at this. So we have this. We have this from the original circle. We have this. Try not to overshoot it. And then we have connector like that. And then this connector right here is actually like that. So I'll probably... And then and right now I'm just kind of filling the spots, right? I'm just kind of trying to place everything. I'm just trying to place everything before I start making decisions. And, or, I mean, what I should say is I'm making the decisions now so that when I come in, I could really start just kind of doing whatever I want to do. And I'll still, with these ones, I won't just do like a round part. I'll still cut through. And even if it's open. And then that's 2, so that's not in there. This is the 3. 1, 2, 3. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just that once we start getting in here, this is real. So let's say we're going to take this, right? I want to make sure that this is also correct. So you can kind of see kind of how it looks like right around here. And then you'll notice a lot of tattooers tend to use Sharpie. I don't know, actually I do know why that is, because when you're tattooing, from what I gather, and no one really taught me this, but you're using 2 different line weights. And that just kind of goes hand in hand with making drawings. Because that's something I'll show you in the future, and how to manage your line weights. Because line weights, once you're getting into like final product drawings, really makes a difference for the type of illustrations you're doing. And then I don't know if you can get a kind of like a closer hit of this one while I'm working it. I love how satisfying the sound is. That's one of the things that I miss while using Procreate, is that sound. That kind of scratchy sound.
I don't know, I always thought of it as like a nails on chalkboard kind of sound.
You know, my friend says that. He says he hates that sound, but for me, I rather enjoy it. I guess if I'm going to do this, I might as well.
You are in heaven over there, being held, loved. Oh my gosh.
And then right
the world
here.
is just amazing for you.
And I'll take a couple liberties and whatnot. So then right here, I'll just start throwing out start throwing these out kind of in the middle. What I like to do, I like to do these things. And then let's say I'm doing that. So you can kind of see. And then like that.
Thanks again, Thomas.
You're welcome.
Bye, Heather.
Bye, love.
Heading
See
out?
you guys later.
I'll
See
see you
ya.
tomorrow, maybe.
Next week.
Next week. I'll see you next week, maybe. So then this one. And then we got a little bit here. I mean, you can get creative. You can make them small. You can make them big. I just prefer kind of doing that. And that's kind of the thing that I'm just going to do with that one. I kind of skipped that one. I probably should have kept it in there, but fuck it. And then, so for these ones, I'll typically run these kind of like that. And then you can see that one's kind of one's a little bit like that. I did kind of learn that trick from Chad. And then I'm going to get all those ones down. Then maybe I'll start coming in. Now I already kind of know where they are. So I don't have to worry too much about, you know, where I'm going to put them. because I don't need that little inside line really. And then like I told you, like when I told you earlier I was kind of rusty, I can already kind of feel it. Like right now I'm like, okay, I'm feeling it, I'm speeding up. It's all coming back to me. So like I told you, helping you helps me, which is why I do it.
That's good.
And then, so this is where those double line weights come into play. You're gonna sit there. Oh, this one's all fucking dead. That works. I always like to make it come out from it's kind of got the same motion every side. So the bottom one always arcs one way, and then the top one arcs the other way. Little tricks, right? So you're going to collect all these little tricks, and then you're going to put them in your pocket. And then as you're building drawings, you know, in the beginning you're kind of like, how the fuck do I do this shit? And then after a while you're like, oh, you know what? I got a bunch of little tricks that I know that I'm going to start pulling out and using them for my tattoos or when I make tattoos. And that's really it right there. So, any questions? All right. Well, that's a good one. So, and we're done.